Have you ever found yourself paralyzed by fear or consumed by anxiety, unable to move forward with your goals and aspirations? If so, you're not alone. Fear and anxiety are common obstacles that can hold us back from living the life we truly want. But what if I told you, you can overcome these limiting emotions and reclaim your power? Watch this video to the end to find out the fastest way to overcome fear and anxiety. You know what it's like to be afraid of something, whether it be thunderstorms, a trip to the dentist, a stranger at your door, or losing someone who is dear to you. Fear is the natural response we experience when we see a danger to our physical or emotional well-being. Although unpleasant, fear is a healthy emotion. This fight or flight response keeps us alive, protected, and thriving. On the other hand, anxiety happens when fear gets out of control. The constant fear prevents you from living life to the fullest. Identify your fears. The only way to deal with fear is to face it. Avoiding your fears can only prevent you from moving forward. Therefore, the first step in overcoming fear and anxiety is understanding their origins. Sometimes these emotions are rooted in past experiences, such as trauma or negative events that have left a lasting impact on us. Other times, they may stem from a more general feeling of uncertainty or insecurity. This first step is the hardest, but the most important step towards your mental peace. Examine your core beliefs. If you had a traumatic childhood, chances are the unresolved underlying traumas are causing fear and anxiety. If you have been raised believing that you are not good enough and not worthy of love, it can affect your relationship, intimacy, and trust in your partner. You will have difficulty being vulnerable in any relationship as the walls you have built to protect your self-esteem are too high. However, once you identify that the problem doesn't lie in others but in you, seeking professional help is the next big step. Fear and anxiety in relationship. Pursuing a romantic relationship can sometimes feel like a dangerous game. Commitment requires a certain amount of vulnerability, and it comes with the risk of getting hurt or being disappointed. Because of the uncertain outcome, people can experience a fair amount of anxiety about their romantic relationship. If your relationship is positive and healthy, and you know deep down that your anxiety isn't coming from your partner's behaviors, but your own fears, then you need to work on these emotions to protect your relationship. Instead of avoiding the issues that are causing problems, communicate your fears to your partner. If due to your hectic work routines, you are not able to spend time together, leading to frustrations and heated conflicts, sit together and have an open discussion. Work out a plan to spend uninterrupted quality time at least once a week, like going to a movie, having a game night, or just staying in bed. However, if your partner is controlling in a relationship, it can severely affect your mental health. If he blames you for everything that goes wrong, escalates disagreements, makes you feel worthless, gaslights your feelings, and abuses you verbally, mentally, or physically, it will lead to a lack of confidence in yourself. A lack of confidence and self-awareness can develop symptoms of fear and anxiety. So if a relationship is taxing your mental health, it's time to consider ending it. When you leave a toxic relationship, you realize your high value, and self-awareness is the first step to personal growth. And high-value men deeply respect a woman who focuses on herself rather than chasing after a toxic relationship. Build your own interests. If you put all of your focus on a romantic relationship, chances are you will feel anxious. People who have solid relationships with family and friends and focus on their own personal goals and interests are likely to make better partners, and they are less likely to experience separation anxiety or uncertainty about the relationship. Sometimes people in relationships are too focused on making another person like them that they forget to speak up for their own values and needs. Compromise is a part of any relationship, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't share your thinking or be assertive when someone is important to you. The earlier you can set boundaries for sharing your needs in a relationship, the less likely you will feel resentful later. Make nature your friend. Sometimes you feel down and stressed out without any specific reason, which leads to random thoughts like, what's the purpose of my life? Routine activities without any getaways can increase stress and anxiety. The modern way we live has changed our lives radically. But we still have a deep bond with nature. So to nourish your mental energies, we must work on strengthening that connection. In order to take advantage of all the benefits nature is offering you, when stressed out, venture to your closest park or hiking trail and simply take a walk. The benefits of this simple action are enormous and will do your mind and body good. Meditate and practice mindfulness. The main goal of meditation is full awareness of the present moment, which includes noticing all thoughts in a non-judgmental way. This can result in a feeling of tranquility and satisfaction. Meditation is a proven method to relieve stress and anxiety. Research suggests that 30 minutes of daily meditation can relieve some anxiety symptoms and act as a natural antidepressant. Deep breathing exercises are quite effective in reducing anxiety. Shallow, fast breathing is a common symptom of anxiety. So when you feel anxious, your palms start sweating, and your heart rate increases, take a moment and take slow, deep breaths. It will soon restore normal breathing patterns and reduce your inner unease. Remember, God is always with you. When experiencing panic attacks, anxiety, and sadness, you may have asked yourself, why me? Does God really love me? God does love you for who you are. He is love, and love comes from Him. Here's what God says about you in His own words. Before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. I created you in my image. I know your heart and everything about you. I know when you sit down, rise up, and even your darkest thoughts. I know all your ways. And I have loved you with unfailing love. Even the hairs on your head are numbered. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you, plans to give you hope and a future. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. And nothing will ever separate my love from you. Every good gift that you receive comes from me. And you are my treasured possession. If you look for me with all your heart, you will find me. And through my mighty power that is at work within you, I am able to accomplish infinitely more than you might think or ask. When you feel a broken heart, I am close to you. I want you to come to me when you are tired and suffering, because I will give you rest. But because of your sin, you have made a separation between us. You chose to go your own way. But I demonstrated my great love. A sinner you are, Jesus still died for you. I love you so much that I gave you my only Son, so that if you believe in Him, you will not suffer, but have a lasting life. Jesus died so that you and we can coexist. Jesus took your sins upon Himself on the cross so that you may live for righteousness. If you receive the gift of my Son Jesus, you receive me. And if you do so, you will become my child. It is my desire to pour my love on you as your Father. I offer you more than your earthly father ever could, because I am a perfect Father. So here I am, standing at your door, knocking. If you hear my voice and open the door, I will come in. I will never abandon you. Not even the powers of hell will I be able to separate you from my love. I I am a jealous God who will not tolerate your attachment to the evils of this world. Trust me with all that heart. Do not depend on your own thoughts, and when you seek me, I will show you the way. So with all that being said, you can overcome the negative emotions of fear and anxiety by working on those 7 strategies and have a life full of emotional stability and mental peace.